welcome back to another great episode of the Sports Lab podcast. And you're in the building with Coach Cook. How's everybody doing this evening?
Hey, you got myself, E-Bass. We are excited to get this thing going again. We are in the lab. We're going to be cooking up some stuff today, Coach.
Yeah, man, we are time to get deep into the kitchen with this stuff here that's going on with all the playoffs, the NFL draft, the IFL, some local baseball. It's all going down today right here in the lab.
Absolutely. And we wanted to give a couple shout outs to our peeps who've been watching us for the last two times.
Two times.
This is the second one. Last one time.
This is the second one. Yeah.
This is the second one.
So
we're starting our second one today. We appreciate everybody who's been tuning in, giving us some feedback. And I don't know if you noticed, we have a new set.
Yes.
We got a new set because we had somebody say, hey, you guys maybe should try this. So we're trying this.
Well, they recommended to change the layout, the layout. You know what I'm saying? They said, hey, to the right of you, it's not working for me. That's basically what he told me. Shout out to Smooth. Once you guys go across from one another, get direct with one another, you can eyeball one another, and then, turn around and look at the camera at the same time. So we took that tip and we're running with it, Jordan. What's going on?
Also, we're closer. You can see our faces.
Yes.
Which I don't know if that's a great thing for them to see our
faces.
faces. Maybe it is.
It's not bad for me.
I mean, you are one of those handsome dudes that people want to look at.
A few people have told me
at
that
all
over
times.
the time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure. All right. So you had a good week.
I had a great week. Like you said, man, I got so much positive information. Shout out to everybody that was down, that came out and showed up for the first show. Got back at me, told me how they felt about it, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. I took it. Again, I just want to thank you guys because you guys are in on this whole process. You guys are getting an inside look at the very beginning. We're very transparent right now, and I hope to implement all the stuff that I got in this next show.
That's what we love. We want to hear feedback, good, bad, indifferent. It doesn't matter to us. We're starting this thing off, and we just want to see how it works. So feedback is what we love. Feedback is what we're gonna take on. But enough of the mushy stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk some NBA playoffs.
Go for it.
So,
Go for it.
We're gonna. I've been looking at the Thunder and the Grizzlies. This matchup to me,
trash.
Was either gonna go really bad for one team and really good for another team, or the Grizzlies are gonna show up and maybe do something. They didn't show up. Game 1, 51-point blowout, biggest blowout in NBA history.
Yeah.
We look at some of the stats here. 24 points off of turnovers for the Thunder, 22 turnovers for the Memphis Grizzlies. Abysmal shooting, 34.4% field goals, 17% from three-point line. They threw up 34 three-pointers, and they were 83 from the foul line.
So my thing is right there is what you said they threw up. How many? 33?
How many threes? Yeah, they threw up 34 three-pointers.
And
They only made 6.
6. At that point, when does the coach come in and make some adjustments? When does the coach come in and suggest that we change the game style? Because what we got going on is not working. Everybody's living by this 3 thing. It irritates me.
Well, that's what you and I have been talking about this whole week is the NBA, they're 3-ballers. They just throw the threes up.
Why is that such an attractive shot? What makes that so attractive? How did that come over and dominate the game so much? The 3-point shot.
I think because it's exciting. It's a faraway shot. It can bring a team in. It gets the crowd involved. You hit a 3-pointer in someone's face. It's almost like posterizing someone with a dunk.
So
in a way.
So side note then, would it be safe to say that Steph Curry is the GOAT?
He's the GOAT of 3-pointers.
No. You can't do. You would have to say he's the GOAT of the NBA because because of that shot, he completely changed the landscape of the game from the NBA to the youth league. A kid wants to learn how to shoot a shot before he touches the rim. Right. When we play basketball,
we wanted to touch the rim.
We wanted to touch the rim. Shout out to Glenn. We
Absolutely.
wanted to touch the rim. That's the first thing we wanted to do was touch the rim, slap the backboard, and learn how to dunk. We didn't think about dribbling or shooting and stuff like that. We wanted to touch the rim. How come the first thing a kid wants to do when he learns basketball is shoot a shot?
Well, we already know why.
It's Curry.
Steph Curry.
So he's the GOAT. He changed the landscape
He's
of
the greatest
game.
of all. He's a cultural change when it comes to the NBA, but he's not the GOAT.
And so your GOAT is.
That's a whole other topic.
I'm putting you on the spot right now. Who's your GOAT? Who changed the landscape? What player nowadays is representing your GOAT?
So I think you bring up a good point. Can there be a true GOAT?
Yeah.
I don't think there can be a true GOAT.
Yeah.
For example, the game has changed from this to this to this to this. We look at the eras of the Wilt Chamberlains.
Okay.
And the Elgin or the those older guys back then.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about.
I'm talking about from right now. If we don't want to play unk, we don't want to piss off the viewers and stuff and play that unk and back in my day, this is how that is. If we take the game from right now, everything that we're seeing right now, how could you sit up there and say Curry is not the GOAT? Who you got? You still didn't say. I'm gonna put you on the spot. You're gonna have to let these people know. All my folks know. Drew, what up? You're going to have to let them know who your GOAT is.
Well, my GOAT from my era.
Uh-oh.
And who is the best of all time, and I don't think anybody can
debate this.
Is, MJ. I mean, he culturally changed the whole entire game on and off the court. I mean, he was the first one that really got a endorsement by Nike.
Okay.
He was the first one that he's an amazing player.
Okay.
He's got all the stats. He's got all the championships.
Yep.
He changed the culture. Was he a great three-point shooter? No.
Nope.
But he was an all-around athlete, all-around game who changed every aspect of the NBA on and off the court.
But that's from your era, though. That's
our
era.
But then you look at the kids nowadays. What are they wearing?
Oh, they're wearing Jordans.
They're wearing Jordans.
Why?
They've never watched them before.
They haven't even seen them play before.
They've never seen them play before.
So overall, then your Jordan is your MVP.
Jordan's my MVP.
Your GOAT, excuse me.
Absolutely. But like I said, it's hard. You talk to somebody today, they're going to say Steph Curry or LeBron James.
They say LeBron James. That's what they're going to say. They say LeBron James.
But then that's a whole other debate of. My question is, who is taking the place of LeBron James as that player, that generational player, who's going to take the reign to the next part? Because it was started with Bird and Magic, or Chamberlain, Bird and Magic, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Question mark.
Who has it?
Who has it?
Who has it?
Is it Steph Curry?
No. How old is Steph Curry now? Is Steph
Maybe
late
early
30s? Early 30s?
Yeah.
I think the next player that could, the potential player that can express the soul, the drive of a Jordan, of a LeBron, now.
Put it on me.
Ant Edwards.
Okay.
Anthony.
I like that
Edwards.
pick. I like that pick. And we're going to get to him in a minute. We're talking about, real quick, since we digress.
Yes.
Thunder and Grizzlies, their series is over. It's 4-0. Thunders have won.
See y'all later.
Bye. Just want to say something real quick before you move on to your games.
Go for it.
Thunder did come back from a 29-point deficit in Game 3 to cap off Game 3. And then when you get Game 3, 3-0, you ain't coming back after that. Sorry, Memphis. Go ahead, Cook.
There's a possibility, but I think they were defeated mentally. They were done. I don't know.
Done.
So
you lose that bad in Game 1, and then you lose after a deficit like that, you're done.
You're done. You just want to get out of there. You want to go home. You want to start your vacation and get ready for the next season. But the Lakers and the Wolves was the matchup that interested me the most. Minnesota 2-1. They're leading the series. As of right now, they're leading the series 2-1.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Dog. The Lakers lost Game 1 by 22 points, which wasn't a shocker because they came out and Minnesota made a statement. Hey, they punched them in the mouth. Game 2, it was a slugfest again, right? So the Lakers turned around and then they won by 9. Do a couple blows. LeBron got a couple highlights, couple blocks, couple dunks, did some things, what he needed to do just to win Game 2 to even the odds. All right, Game 3. Game 3 came around the corner and snuck up on us, and everybody was still on the Lakers bandwagon, rooting for them, but the Wolves tore that tail up and won by 12. Got them with them. So Game 4 is going on currently right now. I believe we're at halftime. could be 58 to 53, 58 to 61. Minnesota is up right now. Okay. Game 3, let's talk about that real quick. Game 3 was won by the bench, in my opinion, by the Wolves. They gave us 25 points between Reed, DeVincio, and Alexander Walker. Those 3 guys combined for 25 points. And then to go alongside of that, they gave him 11 rebounds. In comparison to the Lakers bench, who gave us only 9 rebounds, 19 points, and nothing else from nobody else. No real true contribution from that bench to help out with that win. James gave you 47 minutes, 13 for 21 from the field, 5 out of 9 from the 3-point, 10 rebounds for 38 points. 47 minutes for James. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, he's 42?
42 years old, yeah.
42 years old.
Great shape. Great shape. Takes great care of his body, does the right thing, has a great routine, but he's giving you 47 minutes.
He's getting tired.
He's going to get tired.
Got to be getting tired.
He's going up against some young legs, that strong motors and stuff like that. 47 minutes, that's a lot of minutes right there for him.
But when you watch him, and I think I sent you a text earlier this week of a play that he did, if I recall, when the Cleveland Cavaliers, when he was playing Cleveland in the finals against the Warriors, when he went up, ran the length of the court, and rejected one of the Warriors players, Andre Iguodala.
Yes, sir.
Right? Did that. He did the same thing. And I think game 2 or game 3, I can't remember. He did the same thing. He's still doing that kind of stuff.
He's going to show flashes, of that old LeBron, but for 47 minutes. Anyway, 47 minutes. Luka gave you 40 minutes. He went 6 out of 16 from the field, 2 from 8 from the 3. Again, here we go again. My argument is with this 3-point shot. Mm-hmm. I will always have an issue with it, but guys love it, and they'll continue to do it. He only gave you 17 points. That's what happened in Game 3. That's why they lost. Luka didn't show up. Then your boy Austin Reeves, he gives you 41 minutes. He goes 5 out of 11 from the field and 3 threes for a grand total of 20 points. That's not going to cut it going up against that young Minnesota team.
No, I agree.
Right.
So, so we're looking at see what happens in the second half of this game. So it's going to be if Minnesota wins 3-1, right?
3-1, sir.
And then be 2-2. So
it'll be 2-2. Yep.
And who you want that game?
I completely want Minnesota to dog out LA.
I had a feeling.
Go Wolves.
All right, Boston. Here we go. Boston, Orlando Magic. Now, this was the matchup I didn't think it was going to last very long. I thought it might have been over already. I think it might be over soon, though. But Magic happened to squeeze in a victory in Game 3. Looking back, Game 2, though, when Jason Tatum was hurt with that big wrist injury, somebody had to step up. And who stepped up?
Who stepped up?
Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown stepped up.
The same cat that cut his hair? He used to have braids and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a big story going on right now. Maybe that's why he's playing like how he's playing.
Maybe.
Let the braids go, and he got a new look on life.
But he's good anyway.
Right.
Braids or no braids.
Okay.
But he put up 36 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. So
go ahead.
He's he filled the role that he needed to fill to win that game.
Okay.
And they're plus 12 on rebounds.
I didn't know he was coming off the bench.
He wasn't. He's not coming off the bench.
No. But he just took over that role for Tatum.
Okay. He took over that role for Tatum. Yeah,
okay.
You know Tatum's back.
Tatum's back.
So Tatum comes back in Game 3, and Orlando wins the game. I think turnovers. Big-time turnovers. Boston had 21 turnovers, and Magic capitalized on that with 26 points off 21 turnovers.
Carelessness with the basketball will lead to defeat.
That's right.
Young dudes.
Even with Jason Tatum shooting, or had 36 points and 9 rebounds, 3 assists, he had 7 turnovers himself.
Just all
by himself. So he had a third of the turnovers for Boston.
Right. Trying to do too much, recompensate, and help out, and lost the rock. Right.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're looking at that game. They're going to play today. They play at 4 o'clock today for Game 4.
Okay.
Boston's up 2-1.
2-1.
So
who you got?
I mean, I gotta say Boston. I love an underdog story.
Okay.
I love underdog stories.
All right.
But Boston, defending champs, they're going to win.
So we're going to take Boston money line. And what's that over and under look like? We want to throw that in there? We want to give them a little tip? Light up a ticket for them. Let's light up a ticket. Let's send them away.
Look that up real quick. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Vegas changes all the time. You know what? Let's just look that up.
Let's check that out right quick. Let's just see what's going on. You say Boston.
Let's see. So we got Boston is over under is 199.5, And the money line is for Boston. The spread is -7.5 coming from Vegas. So for Boston.
For Boston.
Yep. So Boston is favored -360. Orlando +280. So they are favored, but 200 points.
Yeah.
You think they might be able to get 200 points total in this game at an NBA game.
At the NBA game. And this is what you said again, game 3?
This is game 4.
Game 4.
They're in Orlando.
They're in Orlando on the road. I'm going to take Boston, and we're going to go the under. Now, I say that meaning that you don't have any other bills that you need to take care of. You don't have to fill up the gas.
Be responsible.
Right. You don't have to buy any milk or anything like that. If any responsibilities need to be taken care of, let's take care of that first before we throw away some of this bread. Lighten up a ticket. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Okay. Who you got next?
We're going to be smart. I wanted to talk about that IFL. What a great win the IFL Rattlers produced last night in the Snake Pit. I heard they went crazy. My phone was blowing up from text messages from all over the place. Shout out to Roger, keeping me informed on the game and stuff like that. And then your guy, our guy,
yeah,
did.
Omari Alexander.
Yes, sir.
Got an interception. So shout out to Omari for that.
Let's go.
So defense, he's a defensive dude. As far as the whole team goes, they're 4-0 right now. So they're 4-0. They got a lot of games to play. They did beat up on the Wranglers last night, 49-20.
Wow.
That was their lowest scoring of the season, 49 points.
Okay.
Looks like they've been averaging probably around 56 or so.
Okay.
56 points. So who knows why? But they defended well. The other team only scored 20 points.
Only 20 points.
So
they held up.
And in an arena football game, 20 points. That's pretty low.
That's pretty low. Yeah.
I think.
Those games get pretty high. But then I believe I read a story somewhere that the original quarterback came back, or was it Snead last night?
I think Snead last night. Let's take a look. Yeah. Passing.
I thought I saw a story last week talking about the original quarterback. Forgive me, my man. Was coming back to the game to give Snead a little break, give him some rest, and get back into the game.
Looks like Snead.
Snead got the game. Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah,
all right,
Snead
all right.
and Powell Drew.
Yes.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he came in for just a little bit. Got 3 attempts.
So he got a couple reps then. Okay.
He did get a touchdown and an interception.
Oh, well, man, that's a
21
plus
yards.
there.
21 yards.
21 yards. And what was the final score on that game, sir?
The final score was 49-20.
20. Shouts out again to the Rattlers over there in the IFL, putting in work on a win streak, and we just want to send great energy out to you guys to keep on going straight forward all the way to the championship.
That's right.
Next game will be
Tucson.
May
3rd, next Saturday, 6:05 p.m.
Tickets start at $18. Go out and enjoy yourself. Take the family out. Take the kids out.
If you want to go to Tucson.
If you want to go to Tucson. That's 2 hours away. It's right down the road.
It is 2 hours away.
Straight at the 10.
2 long, straight hours.
Boom. Take
You're
off.
there.
65 there, 65
You're
back.
there.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yes, sir.
All right. So who's your next game?
What is going on here?
I can go with my games.
Go for it. Take off.
We're talking Warriors and Rockets. This was a matchup that at the beginning of the playoffs, I had a hunch. I had a feeling.
The Warriors and
Maybe a scientific feeling since we're in the lab.
we are in the lab.
We're in the lab.
Something.
We're going to dissect this one. So,
Okay.
Golden State winning that playoff series. They're up 2-1 right now, by the way.
Okay.
But to look at game 1, they did win game 1 in Houston, which is always great for the away team to win a game
On the road.
On the road.
Right. Yeah. Initially, yes.
They did win off of turnovers. They won. They got 17 turnovers. Rockets had 17 turnovers, and the Warriors capitalized and got 19 points off of that.
So was that just a swarming defense, or are they Cats were just doing too much with the basketball?
I mean, their defense is good. I mean, you got Draymond Green. He's known as a rim protector. He's he's gonna push you around if you get close to that rim. He's that kind of type of dog, right?
Bully.
He's
yeah,
a bully. He's
yeah.
might kick you in the
Right.
and do something else.
Right,
but,
right. With an elbow. Right.
With an elbow.
Right.
But the Rockets didn't shoot very well. They shot 39%. So they did not shoot very well from either side of the line. 20% from 3-point line. So
29%. How many shots got took up?
29
from deep.
Sorry, 20% from 3-point. They shot 29.
That's the story then. There it is again.
They shot 29. I
There
know.
it is again. There it is again. Right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. But Warriors only shot 32, so it wasn't like they shot a lot. But they had the Warriors had Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler putting up 25 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals for Jimmy Butler that game 1.
Go ahead. Big numbers. Filling up the sheet. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
But the problem is that Houston's 2 big guys, Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet, they only combined for 7 for 34
From the field?
from the field.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
So getting into game 2, Butler's hurt. Did you see that fall by Butler?
A quick clip of it.
I saw a quick clip too, and it hurt me
Yeah.
watching him fall because I've had that happen before.
Have you? You was out there
Straight
playing ball and you fell?
Well, I tried to dunk. Got blocked by the rim.
Oh, so you can get up there, huh, a little bit?
I used to.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I used to.
I might have to take him out there and show him what's going on.
I can still touch the rim.
Y'all stay tuned.
I can touch the rim.
Oh, you can touch the rim? Mm-hmm. Oh,
I can touch the rim.
What are you talking about, man? You're going to go out there and shoot threes, man.
I can
That's
dunk.
what you're gonna do,
I can
man.
dunk a ping pong ball.
A ping pong ball. Where's my little baseball? I got a little
I can
basketball.
do. Yeah,
right
I can
here.
dunk the
You
basketball. Too.
might-
I can dunk the basketball too. But yeah, so game 2. Houston came in and won. I mean, Golden State didn't have Jimmy Butler,
Nope, he was hurt.
so that's a huge hole that they got to fill.
Potential 25 points not there.
Steph Curry only had 20 points to Jalen Green, who, like I mentioned before, did not shoot very well game 1. He put up 38 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. That's why they won that game.
That's why they won that game.
Going to game 3, Warriors came in, just annihilated. They beat him by 11 points that game. So they just had better shooting. Didn't get to the line very much though. For the Houston Rockets, well, I guess they got there 24 times. So they just didn't shoot very well. 58% from the free throw.
From 58?
58%.
58%. Okay.
So not very great.
Right.
Plus Steph Curry had 36 points. Gary Payton II scored a lot of points too that game. So
Okay.
a bench player coming in.
All right. Give me some productive minutes.
That's right. So my prediction for them, like I said, my prediction for this series is Golden State. They're going to win it in 6. Mark my words.
Mark my words. There you go. Next on my list, man, this pains me to even talk about it, but here, let me give it to y'all.
Give it.
I worked on the Cavs and the Heat. The Cavaliers, they lead the series 3-0.
They're good.
Well, here's the thing is, I think what they have a beautiful formula over there. There was 3 things that I zoned into because I couldn't watch the game. Not that the games were boring, but I technically wasn't interested in it. I had rather have been taking a nap than watching that game. But there's 3 reasons why they're beating the brakes off the Heat right now. It is rebounds. I'm going to say 1. I'm going to say assist 2. And then I'm going to add the excellent execution of managing personnel. The Cavs altogether got 46 rebounds to complement it with 32 assists. The coach over there managed the minutes beautifully throughout the whole team. So everybody got a taste of that playoff atmosphere, which does wonders for guys, especially guys that don't got the big name, don't get a lot of time, stuff like that. For them to get in and get some reps in is a beautiful thing. It's got them working together. It's got them believing. He's showing his whole team from the coach's perspective that he trusts them, respects them, and has faith in everybody. He's preparing everybody. That guy goes out, okay, well, then the next guy is ready to go. They're sharing the ball, moving the ball, creating rhythm. It's a lot of soul in that game. It's just boring because your Heat is not putting up a fight. So I'm going to call it a sweep. It's over with. It's done. Cavs got him, and my guy has Coach of the Year, Kenny Atkins.
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
Coach Cook calling that.
Yeah,
right now.
Right now.
Coach of the year. Why is
Kenny,
that?
Kenny Atkins. I like, again, the way that he's managing the team, the way that he's managing the minutes, the way that he's placing responsibility, the way the guys are responding to what he's preaching. They're taking a sermon. Young coach, young squad. He knows what he's doing. I say give it to him. Kenny Atkins got Coach of the Year. My vote. Yes, sir. That's the wrap on that one. There wasn't really a lot of great topic. I mean, I could highlight a few things, but again, 3-0, it's a wrap. Calling it a sweep. Cavs.
It's hard to come back from 3-0.
Hard to come back. You can, but it's
Against
hard to
the
come
Cavs
back. Against the
year.
Cavs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against the Cavs. Yeah, they're good. They're solid. I'm just going to go back real quick to the Houston Golden State, the betting. Throw this in there real quick.
Go for it.
Golden State is favored to win, and they've been favored to win every single game. Just saying that. Golden State in 6.
Golden State in 6.
All right.
Cavs in 4. It's a wrap.
Cavs in 4.
Log in and get you a little something. But if you got some bills to pay, you got some things to take care of your responsibilities first.
Again.
But if you can, let your ticket up. There you go.
Do it.
Yes, sir.
Pennies. Just put pennies. Start with pennies.
Start low.
Start with pennies.
Crawl
Good.
before you walk. That's how
right.
it goes. No.
Clippers, Nuggets. I think this has been the best series so far. It's been fun to watch.
I think
fun
the
to
best series. Sorry, I think the best series is the Lakers and the Timberwolves.
You're just in love with Ant-Man.
There's
all- you just
there's
wanna
so
watch
much.
Ant-Man.
There's so much more. It's that series that's probably carrying the NBA right now. There's so much more to that game.
There is a lot. I agree.
There's a lot more going on around that game that's attracting people to that game. Besides these other ones, you got people pissing off LeBron, talking about his wife, talking about his son, rappers all over trying to threaten his life and stuff like that. That's what's selling the NBA because that's what people like. Sorry, go for it.
But okay,
So that's my matchup.
we are fully aware that you are in love with the Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's move on to Clippers and Nuggets, though.
Okay.
I mean, Nuggets are they're
necessary.
they were champs at one point, and I think they pretty much have the same team, same makeup. I like the Nuggets and Clippers because they're so close. You knew that there was going to be a good matchup because they went OT in the first. They were the first OT game, the only OT game I believe, in the playoffs. You know, the OT games are fun to watch because everything's so tight. Who's going to win? Who's going to put up the last second shot? Who's going to play some defense? Well, the Nuggets did. They ended up winning 112 to 110. A lot of fouls though on the Clippers. 25 fouls on the Clippers. The biggest lead the Clippers had was 15. So Denver actually came back with some role players like Russell Westbrook had a good game, 15 points. But the Clippers had 20 turnovers in the game. That's what cost it. Again, I believe I feel like I'm repeating myself.
There's some medicine in this messages
There
that we're
is.
giving right now.
Turn over the ball.
Take care of the ball.
Take care of the ball.
Take care of the ball. And you know how you take care of the ball? You pass the ball. You create some rhythm in the game. The ball stays stagnant. Then next thing you know, you end up losing it. It gets picked, turns into points, turns into you potentially going fishing. Pass the ball. Share the ball. That's what basketball's about, isn't it?
It is.
Supposed to be.
It is, but they don't do it very well. But that's a whole different story.
It's not highlighted. That you know what's highlighted? Tell them, let the folks know. Hey, y'all, check this out, y'all.
3-pointers?
Yes. What did he try to do to win that game that didn't work out? That it almost did work out, but luckily he had a teammate down there to save his life.
That is a very valid point when it comes to big men. Big man.
And this is a center doing this now, right?
This is a center doing this. But he can shoot the 3. But
Are you supposed, just because you can, does that mean you're supposed to?
not in this situation. I would not have shot a 3, but it was clear that they knew he was going to shoot a 3 because they were on him like peanut on butter.
Yeah, white on rice. They were trying to lock it down.
was-
I did see that, yes, sir.
Right, but then this is game 4 we're talking about. So, but
Maybe the pressure was on. He felt like he had to do what he had to do, and the last thing
just threw
that
it
he
up,
had,
right.
he just threw it up.
and someone forgot to box out.
They took advantage of it.
So it really goes all down to the fundamentals. The fundamentals of basketball. Someone didn't block out Aaron Gordon.
Right.
He went up for the dunk, made it by
Just a hair. Just a hair.
You can't even fathom what
Just,
time was
just
left.
a little thin hair. Yes, sir.
He took his hands off the ball so quick,
Boom. He had to.
and to win that game. That game was awesome.
So when they went back and looked at it, because I didn't, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I did. When they looked back at the time, they had plenty of time to make that shot.
Well, I don't know about plenty of time.
Well, I mean, it didn't. It got away from his hand just before the time went out, right? It had to, right? Okay.
Yeah. So, but he actually spent a lot of time with that dunk. I thought he spent too much time. He should have just took it and then
Just
placed it.
Okay.
Placed it in the rim instead of jamming it down, pulling
Putting
the rim
emphasis
down.
on it. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do all that.
He
It's
didn't
too
have
much.
to. Okay.
But he did. But they won the game,
And it still worked out for him.
and it still worked out for him.
Got lucky. Right.
But you're looking at the reigning MVP, I believe. This is a sore subject for Coach Cook. He doesn't like this. I'm just saying. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm a number guy. I'm
Number
looking at
guy.
the numbers. So we're
That
looking.
is
We're
the
looking
number
at Nikola Jokic in Game 3. He put up 23, 13, 13, triple double.
Respectable.
However,
However.
they lost by a lot. So what does that mean? Didn't have team chemistry. There wasn't a lot of
That was game 3.
that was Game 3.
Yep.
They lost big time.
That he put up the triple double and they still lost.
They still lost
By
yeah,
how much?
by 22 points. 24 points. Sorry,
Okay.
24 points.
So there wasn't a lot of. It doesn't sound like if I'm listening to that there was a lot of contribution from everybody else. He tried to take on that whole thing by himself.
Jamal Murray did have 23 points, but yeah, there was no contribution from the rest of the team. I think that's what did it for him. Plus, guess how many 3-pointers the Clippers put up? 39 3-pointers to 26 3-pointers from the Nuggets.
That tells the story.
So, I mean,
That tells the story.
they shot 46% from 3-point line.
So side note that goes right back to our question. That goes right back to our little conversation about the GOAT. Look, they are living by the 3-point. I don't want to harp on this, but makes the game boring.
It's what they do.
It makes the game boring. It's hard. It's really hard. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it real. It's hard to watch. A lot of people really are not really paying attention to basketball. What they are paying attention to are the numbers, right? Because they got DraftKings, they got Prize Picks, they got all these other things going on. So they're just keeping track of basketball for the box score. They're not being entertained by basketball enough to sit back there and consume it. The 3-point is killing the views. Nobody's watching basketball.
You bring up an interesting point. So this was the highest rating in 25 years this year, first round of the NBA playoffs. 4.4 million viewers across 8 games.
This playoffs?
Hmm?
I'll have to fact check that and check that out for myself. I'd like to see that. That's
I
just
have-
hard
I
to
have it right-
believe.
I have it right here.
You had it right there. That's
The highest rating in 25 years.
the highest
Why?
rating in 20. The game has changed, and I'm going to go on the record and say a lot of guys are going to shoot me, but basketball is boring. Can't wait to football. It's
Ouch.
It's boring. You can predict it. We can sit back, turn on the game right now.
You can predict what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You can't predict they're going to make it.
We're
But
talking-
when they make it
okay,
and you win, your
Okay.
team wins.
your team wins.
That's exciting.
That's an amazing feeling.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is.
And it's fun. It's fun to watch. I love that. In that one game where the Clippers did beat them by 25 points, 5 players were in double digits points.
Respect.
So there's a lot
Respect.
of scoring going on.
They shared the ball.
Yep. The game that they just won, Game 4, with the buzzer beater dunk. 5 players on the Clippers or on the Nuggets were double digits as well too. So they put a lot of points up there. Jokic almost had a triple double again. He had 21 rebounds,
That's crazy. I like that. I can respect that. I like the guy
21
that's on
rebounds,
rebounds, right? Yeah.
36 points,
Yeah.
and he's a passer, 8 assists. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I mean, the Clippers, they couldn't have done anything
No.
better. That defense was how they
Stifling.
teach you in high school,
Right. Yeah.
but what they didn't do is box out.
Box out.
That's what it was.
Box out. Sitting back watching everything else happen and wasn't paying attention to what was going on in that moment.
That's right.
I got the Knicks and the Pistons. I took a little look over there, and I ran through it a little bit. New York leads the series, which is just disgusting to me because I took the Pistons over there. 2-1.
Really?
Yeah, I took the Pistons. I think the Pistons. I think
You know, the Pistons haven't won a playoff game in like 15 years.
that didn't mean
except for they
anything.
finally won.
It didn't mean anything because when I looked at it, when I opened up the numbers,
They were due.
They were due, but I looked at the numbers in this game here. Across the board, evenly matched. They were neck to neck, 45% from the field. The Pistons and New York, shooting wise, it wasn't like New York had the advantage over the three category because Detroit actually had a better percentage at the 3-point than New York did at 43%. So all the numbers across the board, I can go down the list of from rebounds, assists, they were right there, neck and neck to one another.
So if you have a higher 3-pointer percentage, does that mean you're automatically going to win?
Not necessarily, but the chances are, I think. Wait. Excuse me. What did you? Is that what you just said right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said if you have a higher 3-point percentage, will you win the game?
I don't know if you will win the game, but you do have a higher percentage of winning that game.
It all depends because the percentage is based off of how many you shoot. If one team shoots 50 3-pointers,
50, okay.
and they make 25,
It's half.
that's half.
Right.
Right. If someone shoots 100 and they make 50, that's half.
That's half. Okay.
So that it's the same percentage, but one team shot 25 more than the other, made 25 more.
25
than the other
more
team.
three. I see what you're saying. I see
That's
where
the
you're going.
that's what we do in the lab. Is we talk science.
Break it down.
That's mathematics right there.
We break it down.
So yes, go ahead.
Go for it. So
Sorry about that, yeah.
It's okay. So and again, looking at the numbers from Detroit and New York, they were pretty much identical. I couldn't understand how they lost the ball, but then I dug a little deeper into the statistics, and it was the turnovers.
Turnover.
Detroit
Turnover
gave,
nation.
Detroit gave up the ball 3 more times than they should have, making it 118 to 116. Heartbreak. It destroyed me. But again, like I told you in the beginning, I'm still rolling with the Pistons to even up the score. And I'm going to take, side note, for all those folks out there that want to make something happen on that ticket, I'm going to take the over on that next game.
Okay. You didn't tell the audience what happened with that Knicks and Pistons game today. Remember, we just watched the video.
Oh, no, that was Minnesota and the Lakers.
No, that was
No,
Karl Anthony Towns.
That was Carl.
From deep. Shooting what? What's he shooting?
And see, that's why.
He's shooting the three.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to remember that. But now, so then that means the Knicks are 3-1.
Knicks,
Did the
they
Knicks
are
pull that
3-1.
off?
Yeah, they're 3-1. Do you care to recant what you just?
Negative. I'm still rolling with it. I'm on
That's
live.
my man.
I'm
That's my
out
man.
here in the world, and I'm still rolling
You
with
got faith
Detroit.
in them Detroit Pistons.
I'm rolling with Detroit. It's okay. We regather, regroup, come back, work out the kinks, and put together.
That's a heartbreaker, though. A game you had to win. You were at home.
Every game you're supposed to win, technically, but if you don't, you come back and you get back into it. You know,
happens.
it does happen.
Really?
And I believe that was in New York. This game was in New York.
I think
So they're going
I think it was in. Let's see the game. It was
Today.
Game 4. Oh, today. Yeah.
yes.
Today's game? No,
Yeah.
today's game was in Detroit.
So they lost at home.
They lost at home, which is a kicker.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out.
Yep.
Recap that, give y'all some better information on that one there. Because I thought that Detroit had that game. I was hoping for it, but
It's a heartbreaker, my man.
that's how the story goes sometimes.
You know what? But you're a man of your word. That's you want Detroit to win.
I'm staying with him. I'm sticking with him. Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that right here?
I'm
in the
not.
lab,
I'm
in the
not
lab.
scared. I'm not worried. We're running with Detroit. Y'all stay tuned.
Got it.
Go for it.
Okay, I like it.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's our rundown in the lab for the NBA playoffs. So stay tuned. Next week we're gonna recap again. So this week, a lot going on still. We got games 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
Some maybe 7 if necessary.
Yep.
Some of these.
Yep. If necessary.
So keep your eyes out for those. Check the betting lines, and bet, like we say, responsibly.
Always.
Okay, NBA or NFL draft.
NFL
We had a lot going on over the weekend.
So
NFL
much going
drafts.
on.
I'm just going to shout out really quick
Go for it.
because we're talking about it. Omar Norman Lott, we talked about him on our last show that he was maybe going to get picked in the maybe late third rounds, late second, early third. My man got picked second round, 64th, I think, 63rd. So late second round. He's going where?
He's coming up right there, y'all. Y'all see it? There it is, right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All that right there.
Yep. We didn't need a defensive line. Yeah, we did.
No, yeah, y'all did, but y'all won't get it, man. Y'all wanted something else
So-
to go alongside that guy. My guy here. We got Josh Simmons, offensive tackle out of Ohio State, or Omar Norman, defensive tackle out of Tennessee. We got an edge, a defensive end, Ashton Gillett, coming out of Louisville. Noah Williams, a cornerback out of California, another wide receiver. For my guy to, fill up the touchdown sheet again.
He needs somebody this year.
Jalen Royal, out of Utah State. We got a linebacker that's going to cause a whole lot of problem out of Oregon, Jeffrey Bass. And we picked up a running back, Brasheard Smith,
Excellent.
out of SMNU. We're stout. We're ready.
I think the 49ers also had a lot of picks. We had 11 picks this year.
Okay.
And our number one pick was Mikael Williams. We're looking at defense. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were all defense. Defensive line, linebacker, and CB, because that's who we lost.
Okay.
We lost a lot of those guys.
So is that saying that that's where you guys need that help at?
We do need our help.
on defense.
Defense. I mean, we do need help on offense with wide receivers because Deebo Samuel's gone.
Right.
So we did pick up a late fourth round Jordan Watkins from Ole Miss for wide receiver, and we also got a running back. And our last pick we had was a quarterback. So
okay,
we'll see what happens there. Interesting note, and I did not know this, but there are compensatory picks. I knew that there was compensatory picks that go on in the draft.
Break that down for some of those
I'm gonna break this down right now.
Break that down for them.
I didn't know what this was. I knew there was compensatory. I didn't know how or why. So the 49ers, they were awarded 4 compensatory picks this draft. And they were basically because if some of their free agents were high enough or they were good enough and they left, then that means that they get compensatory pick. Any team does. This happens with any team.
Okay.
They get compensatory picks so that it can balance out their team. So not one team, can get all those 4 guys and then the 49ers get nothing in return.
Okay.
So they're able to get, but it has to be in the top of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round is when you can get them. You can't get a compensatory pick
in the first round.
Top 2, right?
Okay, right.
I'm sorry, it's the 3rd, 4th, and 7th round.
All right.
That's the only time you get compensatory picks. So they got compensatory picks for that. They also got a compensatory pick for Resolution JC2A. I had no idea what that was. I had to look it up.
Well, tell us about it over here in the lab.
So that has to do with the Rooney Rule. We'll look that up later.
Go for it.
Look it up later.
Okay.
Basically, what it means, what that rule is, that they put it in the NFL, is that if you hire coaches or general managers of diverse background, then you are given a compensatory pick because of that. Minority background, sorry.
Okay.
So they were awarded a pick from when they hired their coach, D'Amico Ryans.
Okay.
D'Amico Ryans?
I'm going to check that. I fact check that just to make sure.
I always get him and
it sounds right. It sounds
another
right.
one
It sounds
confused.
right.
I think it's
D'Amico Ryans is you said the name?
yes. And now I got to clarify real quick because I don't want to be wrong. D'Amico.
You better not, because I got some people out there that'll jump on there right now and let you know.
Nope, it was. Okay, good.
Boom.
D'Amico Ryans, yeah. So D'Amico Ryans, I hired him as the head coach.
Okay.
And so they were able to get a compensatory pick this year, and they picked a cornerback, Upton Stout, from Western Kentucky this year. So that's how they were awarded that. That's why they got so many. They got 4 compensatory picks, I think 5 total.
And again, just to recap that word there, compensatory, that they were awarded that because of
So when you lose free agency through free agency,
Okay.
picks that were high up picks when you pick them, and then now they have left, you are awarded if it's 4 picks, 3 picks, whatever it may be.
Right.
You're awarded to balance
Match.
out that loss.
Okay.
But you can't get them in the first 2 rounds.
You can't get him in the first round. Okay.
And then also the other one, the JC, the
Penal
rule
code,
yeah,
you said.
that kind of like a penal, code, yeah.
Code.
So they were awarded that because of their hirings of D'Amico Ryans.
Okay. All right.
So
That's a fun fact. I did not know that.
I did not know that either until last night.
Okay. Great information.
So let's go with our top pick,
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. What I just found out too from you, and I had just recently found out he was a no star.
This 0-star recruit.
So
0-star recruit.
he got it out the mud, really.
He did. Yeah, he went to
Go for it.
UIW, University of Incarnate Word,
Incarnate Word, and that is located.
San Antonio, Texas.
Uh-oh.
So he went there. He played there for a couple years, couple seasons. He did really well, actually. Then he transferred, hit the portal, and went to Washington State University. And then he went on to play at Miami, where he was ultimately drafted into the NFL because he had an amazing season. So
Right.
he went from here
Yeah.
to here.
Yeah. He worked
It's
hard.
an amazing story.
He worked hard. I saw him in the draft. Humble guy, quiet, seemed mature, responsible. All the accolades that you want to look at and hope that your quarterback has going into the NFL. I think he displayed that excellently. Cam Ward. Yes, I like that. That was a dope pick. My pick that I was kind of interested in was that Abdul Carter, that linebacker out of Penn State. Went to the Giants.
They need somebody.
They need somebody. they were trying to boost. They were trying to boost up that defense. Selecting Carter as a standout linebacker for Penn State to pair with the edge rush. I believe that they got over there. Kayvon Thibodeau. Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. My son seems to think that the Giants might have the best D line in the game, from Carter to playing alongside Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and then again, Kayvon Thibodeau. So watch out for them. Watch out for them Giants.
The G-men finally got a lineman.
That defense might be stellar over there, man. That defense wins Super Bowls.
It does.
It does. Won't beat them.
Sometimes.
Won't handle them. There's a few teams out there that ain't got.
Well, there's one team that handled them defensively.
Well, I
can't remember.
That was the past. Go for it.
They got wings.
Oh no!
From Philly.
Please don't do that.
I'm sorry.
Don't do
I
that.
had to bring it up. Defense wins championships.
Don't do
And so does a
that.
tush push.
Whoa! Don't do that. Shouts out to the very few Eagles fans that we have out there.
I hope we have a lot of Eagles fans. I know of one Eagles
Are you
fan. I don't know if he's watching
serious?
though.
I hope not.
I don't know if
Your phone dies or something like that. There's a few Eagles fans out there that are in real support, real diehard. Shouts out to you fellas, man.
That's right.
Let's go.
Coach Carvis, shout out to you, my brother. Philadelphia fan for life.
Okay, all right.
Had to do it. He's my man.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
So Mikael Williams, 49ers picked him number 1.
Okay.
He's coming hot. He had freshman All-American, SEC out of Georgia. He's very talented. 67 tackles, 14 sacks, 3 forced fumbles.
Active.
Very active. So I think they're going to try to put him on the opposite side of my man Nick Bosa, not Joey Bosa. I hear this often, even on ESPN, those big names, they always get those two dudes confused.
Right, and there's no relation.
There is a relation.
Oh,
They're brothers.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're brothers.
okay.
But it's always Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa. No, it's Nick.
It's Nick.
It's Nick Bosa.
ESPN, get it right. It's Nick.
That's right. Got to get it right. But yeah, he's 6'5", 267, big dude.
267, 6'5". Wow.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Okay, fast. What's his 40?
Oh, his 40. Well, let's see. 4.77 is his 40.
265 for 265. You said 60.
265.
265
yeah.
and 65
665.
for 440.
440.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.7. Not bad for a big guy.
Not bad for a big guy.
It seems like the shorter linemen and bigger linemen,
Okay.
they got the wheels.
Yeah.
When you're tall, it seems like your wheels aren't turning as fast because your legs are so long.
The steps are longer.
Exactly. Yeah. Who else you got?
I took a look at coming out of Arizona, A-Town. We picked up a tackle, Will Campbell. Dominant offensive tackle coming out of LSU to help out that line and to keep Kyler Murray on his feet. Hopefully that works out for him. So, you give him some time to make some moves. He ain't got to scramble as much in the background. He can sit up there and just pick them apart.
It's a good pick. They also went a little later in first round with Walter Nolan, who is a defensive lineman as well. He got picked 16th to the Cards. He was actually rated number 1 as the number 1 recruit in 2022 by ESPN.
Okay.
So that's something that he's good.
Well, it's clear that the Cardinals are trying to do everything they can to protect Kyler Murray, to keep him safe, to be able to make the decisions that he needs to make so they can win these games.
I also wanted to highlight Tyler Warren. He was a little later. Well, he was 14th pick out of Penn State. That dude is a beast of a tight end. If you watch that game versus USC in the FBS, 224 yards receiving.
Okay.
That's good. 17 receptions. So that's that dude. Another guy that I really liked was Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State.
Yeah.
He just reminds me of just a smaller kind of slot receiver.
Okay.
Kind of like who are the Rams? The Rams had 2 of them. Cooper Kupp.
Yes, sir.
And then the guy from BYU. Can't remember his name. off the top of my head,
Luckily, you, ladies and gentlemen, the son is not here, because if man was here right now, he would be on top of that like nobody's business. We would have to look in the chat, because I guarantee my boy know exactly who he's talking about. But tight
But he was
end,
good.
he must be good. Another tight end, since we're talking about the guys, was Colston Loveland, that tight end out of Michigan. He went to Chicago. He's a monster. He's
Caleb
big.
Williams, gonna love that.
Sir. Big hands, good route running, coachable guy, respectable guy. I'm just, some of those guys out there, I enjoyed just watching the maturity that they displayed. Some of them there was a whole lot of ignorance going on during the drafts, but for a few of these guys, they was laid back, they was reserved, they were just waiting for the opportunity. They was thankful for the opportunity, and I can appreciate that from the guys that I recognize today.
Tears of joy.
Yes.
I mean, you saw these big men just break down in tears, knowing they went from here to here.
Worked their whole life to get there.
Worked hard to get there,
Yes.
and they deserve it. Everyone who got drafted in the NFL draft this year, they deserve it.
They worked hard for it.
What they got, where they got.
Where they got. Yes, sir.
Shouts
out. Side note. I hear it right now going through my my mind right now. Shouts out to Angel Magana. He plays for the Bomb Squad. Going up there, the Majors Division Little League in Buckeye, Arizona. They're up against the River Rascals. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. They're up against the River Rascals April 30th. So if you enjoy a little league baseball, want to see that little guy crack something over the gate there, go out there and go check him out. Again, that's the Bomb Squad, Major Division Little Leagues in Buckeye. Tell them Coach Cook sent you. Angel Magana, go ahead and do your thing, boy.
That's my neck of the woods too.
Yeah,
Buckeye.
right down the road from
Buckeye.
you. Right,
That's right.
Right.
All right. Absolutely. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
How would you rate your Kansas City Chiefs draft grade, real quick?
Off the top of my head, because I'm probably, that was a 3-day process. I absorbed most of the first day, some of the second day, so I want to go back and reserve all of it. But you said if I had to give it a grade overall,
Yeah. You're the science teacher.
Ah.
You saw what you saw real quick. Mostly defense.
B minus.
Right? B minus. Okay.
B minus.
That's what I'm giving the Niners too.
B minus.
B. Yeah. B minus.
Yeah.
I don't think they did terrible. I think they, we'll see what happens. The draft doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do good.
No. It just means you got some additional weapons that could work out for you or could not work out for you. So all this is yet to be determined. Did the Kansas City really need a lot? We're not like the Raiders that needed all kind of weapons, had to go and pick up an all-star running back, or the 49ers or something like that. We didn't need all that. We got pretty much all we needed. All we needed was just a few fillers, and we're going to be right back at the chip. Kansas City all the way. Right now.
Prediction?
Right now.
Okay, he's predicted it.
Right now.
Coach Cook.
That's right. We're in the lab.
We are in the lab making predictions now.
Yes, we are.
That's not scientific.
To a degree.
Is it?
Sometimes. This might explode. That might not explode.
I guess you got to use
something.
You got to use the information that you got, create a theory.
Yes.
Then you got to test it.
You got to work it out.
Got to work it out in your mind.
Yes.
What you're doing, and then you think, we were there last year, so we're going to be there this year.
We're going to be there. Is it a question? We're talking about the Chiefs here. We repeat the process. You want to talk about last year? Philadelphia got lucky. Shout out to my boy Kyle.
Couldn't three-peat. Couldn't three-peat.
Couldn't three-peat. I don't think they wanted us to three-peat. There was a few things out there that prevented us from three-peating, but that is another episode.
We are in the lab where we do science only, no conspiracy theories.
We could derail sometimes and go off of that because I do got some good conspiracies.
There's a lot of good conspiracy
Great
theories
conspiracies out there. What about that conspiracy about Shedeur Sanders? I shouldn't have said that.
You brought it up.
I shouldn't
Oh,
have.
good thing we're almost out of time. Speaking of that, let's not go down that route.
No, sir.
We are out of time. Actually.
We're out of time
so
today, ladies and
we
gentlemen.
appreciate everybody being here for this podcast
Everybody.
to talk in the lab. Coach Cook, give
EB.
me some.
Wow, there you
Appreciate
go.
you.
There,
All right,
no, I
so next
appreciate you, man.
Next week,
Sunday at 2 o'clock.
2 p.m.
We're going to recap a little bit more about the draft. We'll go in a little deeper about the draft. We'll finish off about the playoffs. Again,
Will be round two. I think round two will be getting
round two will
soon
be getting.
for that. So we'll have some people vacationing,
Right.
and some people actually
Probably listening to the Sports Lab podcast.
That's right.
We got some more IFL news coming to you next week.
Yep, go to an IFL game. They're fun.
They're real fun, actually.
Yep. They're not going to rip any hole in your pocket either.
No.
You might even get a nice little football kind of like this.
What do they say? Fun on a budget.
Fun on a budget.
Fun on a budget.
That's right.
You guys, thank you for coming in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Talk reckless out there. Whatever you got on your mind, we got the time.
That's right.